I'm having sex. My engine runs in camel power. 2 humps.
2 humps.
Yeah.
Are you
That's the best response. Alongside. Thank you.
Are you a comedian?
Thanks for the call. Now, this is the part of the show where we get serious. And we talk about Greg's indiscretions.
We're airing our grievances against Greg.
Okay.
Lately, hang on, I have a note written.
Are you okay?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we've practiced this a few times. Let's see here. Greg, lately you've been making me feel, and then I put in quotes, unclean.
Okay.
No, this is hard.
This is due from your utter lack in personal hygiene, responsibility to yourself and others, and neglect of friends, family, and horses. ... There's an ellipsis after that.
Okay, you got an ellipsis.
Especially the horses. Greg, recently I checked in on your horse, and it is in terrible shape. I have never been so close to vomiting from the state of a horse. Which is Mississippi.
Okay.
It was disgusting to see how you treated this animal and the neglect it received.
Can you go on? I mean, are you going to have trouble with this next part?
I'm going to be okay.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me have a sip of this.
I put shit in that.
Don't interrupt him, please. We really want
very
you.
serious.
We really want you to listen to this.
The horse's toenails were completely clipped beyond the point of where the skin is. That is very irritating
They don't have
to not only horses, but humans also.
They don't have toenails.
Their feet were missing all of their toes, and in replace of where the feet are is just a hardened object.
This isn't funny.
It's not funny, Greg.
What?
All right, man.
Negligence is funny to this man.
You don't even know what negligence is.
The whipping marks were quite obvious all over its body. I don't know if you used that 3-pronged whip with the hooks on it that they used on Jesus, or if you came up with some sort of sadistic whip yourself.
It was my creation.
I'm sorry, I have the look of surprise. I thought that's where people would applaud.
Okay.
I'm almost done here, and then the torture's over. The horse told me several times that it could talk, and I didn't believe it. I said, "You can't talk. Stop talking to me." And then I covered my ears and broke down into the fetal position in a bed of hay. And then it said, "That's my food and my bed, but I can't lay down in it. I'm hungry. Get off my bed that I can't lay down in." I said, "Stop talking to me, horse. There's no way this is happening." It's the other side. The horse read me a story, and it went a little something like this. When I was a horse, I could talk. And then he stopped the story and said, that wasn't a story. I'm telling you the truth. I'm a horse and I can speak, and I'm in horrible conditions right now. And that is when, out of the corner of my eye, I saw you opening the barn door. I don't even need the note at this point. That's when I saw you opening the barn door and lighting fire to this barn.
Yeah. It had mold.
Your talking horse died that day.
Yeah, it had mold and the horse shouldn't have been in there.
Bryan, would you like to air your grievances?
Okay. Ever since we were young, we always did things together. Lately, I feel like the horse has replaced me and Bryan, but not in a good way. This is not funny. This is very hard for me.
He's laughing.
The thing with the horse is
mechanism,
because it's your hygiene has slipped since the horse came into the picture.
He smells like a fucking farmer.
But here's the thing: we have to play second fiddle to
What?
the horse because the smell is so bad.
Yeah.
Like, we're sitting here doing our show like we always do as friends. The moment we go to a commercial or we take a cigarette break,
Yeah.
We have commercials.
he runs out to his horse. Where's our time?
Yeah.
And then second off, you have really taken full advantage of the lemonade that me and him have both been buying
Yeah.
just to drink during the day. Like, we know you live around
I
here.
know, and it looks great in the picture, and it's ice cold and condensation's
But
going
we
off on
bought
a
that.
hot day.
You know how much
Yeah.
lemonade adds up to after a while?
provocative.
Really expensive. It's like
provocative.
at
It's
least
really-
$3 a week.
Don't
It's
make it
so
so-
much lemonade.
Don't make it so hard.
You're
to say no.
spending all your money on a horse and you're drinking all
Our
of the
lemonade.
And this is something that I don't enjoy. I sacrifice my time to hang out with you, and it ends up just being horse time.
Yeah.
Bryan over here gets off from his busy day, hightails it over to Greg. Greg, come on over. We all hang out. And what is it? Horse
What
time.
does he do? He starts galloping up on his amazing talking horse.
And then
It's
when-
dumb.
you know
I
what?
hate it.
Well, then here's the thing. We come home and we're like, well, why would we even come over there?
Yeah.
Like, and then we go to open up the fridge. Lemonade's gone.
Lemonade's gone.
So you know what's
And
happening?
that's the cherry
Why
on
do
the
you?
ice
I mean, I
cream
just
cake.
don't get, like, you have the means to buy the horse things, but you don't. You have the means to buy us lemonade, but you don't.
You don't buy us lemonade.
You have never once bought lemonade for either me, Bryan, Sarah, Fred. Whenever any of us anybody buys lemonade,
Wait, you know what, Greg? On one hand, can you count the times that you've bought your friend's lemonade?
No.
Yeah, I shouldn't see one finger raised.
and you know what?
I
though?
counted on two,
But
though.
that's why I'm really angry even more.
Okay, you know what?
Because wait,
He's not finished.
all that money he saves not buying lemonade, he doesn't spend it back on the horse. The horse is out there in a bed of hay that he eats.
The horse told me that you buried him. I don't know what this is called. It's an elbow on a human. But
It's
is
a
it an
horse.
elbow?
Might be
A horse elbow.
a knee.
Maybe it's a knee. Maybe it's just a horse knee.
I'm not a horse
You would
doctor.
bury him up to his horse knees.
Okay, you know, here's the thing. When we were kids, I remember a specific Bryan Corpolango. We were outside. It was really warm, really hot. He said, I wish we had a pool of lemonade right now. And, you know, since you guys have been coming down on me about how I want to celebrate my birthday, me and the horse buried. He was digging a pool. And on my birthday, I was going to give you
I
both
feel like this is just lies, though. Like,
a
to get
pool
out of this.
of lemonade.
Yeah, Greg, now he's lying.
I know. I mean,
You want to see it? It's
we're
down-
your
it's down-
best friends.
The pool's down the road.
You don't need to talk to us like this. We love you. We do.
It's right down
We
the road.
care about you.
And we hate the horse.
We're not fans of the horse.
Well, you know
The
what?
horse has to go, is what this whole conversation is about.
If you get rid of the horse, imagine how much money you will have to buy us
The
lemonade.
horse is the
Yeah.
only one who said happy
We could
birthday, Mom.
all drink lemonade. We could all hang out like good times.
Maybe if you guys were good friends like the horse and talk to me,
Why don't you lease a horse?
what's going on in my life? Both of you tell me.
Why
What's
don't
going on
you
in my
just
life? Tell
see
me.
the horse on
Tell me.
weekends?
Tell me. Tell me. Tell me.
What's going on in our lives?
Yeah, no, going
I
on
wrote
my
notes
life. My
when I
life.
was stalking you.
What's going on in my life right
I'll
now?
tell you exactly.
What happened to me last week? I had big news. The horse knows. Do you guys know?
Let me
because
read it.
you don't
I have,
share with us.
I have it all documented.
I told both of you about it. And you
Eight-
said, Greg, shut up.
8 a.m.
Greg, shut your fucking mouth.
Greg wakes up for a split second and goes back to sleep.
We're trying to play college hockey, Greg. Shut up.
3 p.m. Greg wakes up for real. Oh no, he's going back to sleep. 5 p.m. Greg wakes up and gets in the shower. He goes back to sleep but can't sleep. Starts looking on his phone. 7 p.m. He gets up, gets in his car, but he forgot to wash his hands, so he goes back into the house to wash his hands, but not before he flips the light switch on and off 3 times. He goes to the sink here and washes his hands over, and I lost count.
You wrote vigorously.
Yeah. After that, I cried because I was going to write down he washed his hands, and then I started doing like the hash marks 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, and I just wrote vigorously. Midnight. You washed your hands that long. Greg has skeleton hands. He's creeping me out, and I feel like I shouldn't be doing this.
You weren't watching me. If you were paying attention, you would have looked at my eyes and saw the sadness.
11 p.m.
But you didn't notice it.
Go to 11 p.m. I want to hear the lemonade
You
part.
don't see the sadness in me. You guys ignore it.
11 p.m.
What happened at 11? What happened? What did I do at 11? What did I do at 11? What did I do at 11?
Greg smelts iron. Greg. Oh, wait, no, 11:30. Greg smelts gold. 11:45. Greg makes brass. At least I think that's what.
So
makes
I'm a
brass.
blacksmith now. What is it? The problem with you guys?
Just let him
I didn't get to the fucked up
You know,
part
I'm
yet.
done with this.
You can't be.
I'm done
here
with this.
for you.
I've been
We're here for you. This isn't like we're being mean to you.
Celebrate my birthday then.
12:01.
Wrinkle face.
I don't have wrinkles.
Greg, out of nowhere, punches a hole in his wall. I thought he was angry out of nowhere, but really, it was to release all the worms that he's been storing in his walls.
We need to talk about that another time too.
Why?
12:05. Oh my God, the worms are still flowing out of this hole.
Why is this?
12:30. Holy shit, I have never seen anything so spectacular. There are so many worms and they're still coming out of this hole.
That was the weirdest wormhole I've ever seen.
Why is this any of your business?
1 a.m. Greg is literally swimming in a house that has zero empty space, but is completely filled with worms. There is literally zero oxygen in this home. Every crevice that might be hiding an ounce of oxygen is filled by worms. At this point, I can't believe it's physically impossible
for you to live.
That there were that many worms inside of his walls, because the amount of area that those worms are taking up at this moment is much larger than the house. 3 a.m. Greg is pronounced dead.
What do you have to, what do you have to say for yourself?
This is none of your business.
This is the worst roast ever.
This is none of your business.
This is
Greg, you get final word.
I just think you guys should let me lead my own life.
Oh shit!
That's the roast.
And let me do what I want to do.
You do have to explain this horse to me.
Which one?
You have more than one horse now.
2.
Greg comes to me one day, out of the blue.
How much do horses cost?
Yeah, how much do horses cost?
$8 million.
Well, that's
Seems exorbitant. Seems exorbitant.
yeah. You got ripped off, man.
Divided
By
80.
rupees. I'm sorry.
Divided by
3.
Dinar.
They cost a lot of money.
How much did it cost? In all honesty,
$1,500.
Why are you spending that on a horse?
that is cheap
it's
for
not-
a horse.
not
I
my
feel
money.
like.
I feel like that's
I might
really
get
cheap.
horses now,
Not
too.
my money.
I
Now
feel like that's really cheap.
It's
for
my
a horse.
pimp's money.
Now the problem with it is the week after he told me
My
that he
girlfriend.
bought a horse, he said, "Oh, when you buy a horse, you have to buy it with a goat."
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that true?
I have a goat.
You have a goat also.
It needs
So
a pasture
here-
mate, pasture mate, pasture mate, pasture mate.
Somebody is selling you snake oil.
Who?
It's doing wonders for your complexion.
Someone's got cobra webs all over their hands, and you're the victim.
He's the victim.
Why do they need a goat? No, wait, no. I don't care about the answer to that. Brian, this is our friend that we've known for years, and now he's a guy that owns a horse and a goat. Oh, he's giving us the cold shoulder. I bet his horse taught him that.
Why does he have horses?
This is exactly what his horse did when I gave him all those lacerations.
Why? How come we're never invited to see the horse?
Yeah, maybe it's a figment of his.
Because I don't want his personality to be ruined by your presence. I don't want him to learn to behave like you guys. I want him to grow up and be a nice young man, unlike you two.
You're the worst of us.
Horse parents always say that, and then they realize that their kid is just like anybody else.
Do you know what's funny is he's around that horse every day. And
They don't even know who you are.
Greg, growing up with you and me, has taken the worst traits from both of us to create himself.
Greg was never
So now
born.
he's rubbing that off.
He was just conjured by our worst traits.
I was created by your
and my worst
imaginations.
trait ever was wanting to own a horse.
Yeah, that was a really bad one.
Yeah.
Greg,
I
you're
took it
kind
from
of
you.
like Jesus.
I took your worst traits.
Yes.
And why don't you guys let me live with them
And you
now?
slurped them out of our dicks.
Instead of appreciating me for taking your traits so you don't have to deal with them, you punish me and put me on trial.
Because we hate you. We hate everything about you because you're the worst of us.
this whole thing.
I am
wasn't
the
about
worst of
saving
you. So why don't you kill me?
Is this an invite?
Yes.
I want to.
Why don't you end this torturous life I lead
Well,
with
who's gonna-
horses
who's gonna
and
take care of the
bears
horses?
and bats and unicycles?
That unicycle thing was really weird.
Greg,
Yeah, and that's from you.
I think Greg's a sex addict, and he's trying to fill
That's from you.
void in his heart.
The sex addict thing is from you.
How are you not a hoarder?
Yeah,
Neither of you had that problem.
that's healthier.
It's healthier than buying. No, he's going to start hoarding horses.
God, that is an expensing hoard.
I am so.
Can you milk a horse? Honestly,
Depends on how good you're at.
when I was little, I thought a cow was just a fat horse.
You can.
I'm like, why can we drink milk from that, but not from this? They're like, those are for riding. My parents like,
No, a female horse
Those
is
are
a
for
cow.
cheap hamburgers.
yeah.
A female horse is a cow.
Why can't you milk a damn horse?